Oh, hi, Athena.
Hi, Isabel. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Had a good rest over the holidays. So feeling a bit more refreshed to tackle the year.
No, you look refreshed, so
Oh,
it's
thank
good
you.
to know.
Thank you. Thanks. And
Good
how
to
are you?
hear. I'm okay. We had some snow, as I told you before we
Yeah,
started
yeah,
recording, but
yeah.
hopefully, yeah, we will be able to get out of the house soon. But thank you for asking.
No, that's okay. Well, luckily our weather hasn't been too bad. So fingers
You're in
crossed. Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah, well, you never
Um,
know. There's global warming.
true.
Yeah,
So, thank you so much for taking the time for today. I really appreciate because I know you're quite busy. So
yeah.
again, thank you for being here today for this session.
Sure. Sure, no problem. No, I'm
Um,
happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Isabel.
And I know we had sessions before, but I just want to ask you again if it's okay if I might take some notes.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Absolutely fine.
So we have 30 minutes together, Athena. And I wonder what you would like to focus on today.
Yeah. Well, there's something that's been front of mind, very front of mind. So, over the holidays, as you know, I've had issues with anxiety and I've been working, continuously on it. So end of last year, I've had a series of events that have really brought that up. I think three. So it was the work event that I had, and then there was a live observation that I had for the coaching to do, and oh, I'm sure there's lots, and there's also just I think having moved and having to get into a car and drive almost on a daily basis, that had its initial anxiety, though I've overcome that now, which I'm glad.
Yeah,
So. So there was quite a lot, lots of changes, lots of, triggers for this anxiety. But what I discovered so it was like maybe 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I realized that now everyday situations have triggered or trigger my anxiety, and it's harder to calm down.
yeah,
And during that whole sort of, like examination, I realized that coffee was a major, like it just didn't, I don't react very well and it does shoot up my anxieties because it
yeah.
was directly linked to heartache. So I haven't had coffee for 2.5 weeks now, a little bit more. And so far, like I feel I feel better, but I haven't gone back to work yet. And suddenly, everyday life, as we get into the rhythm of life, there will be triggers out there. So I think what I've been not wondering, but I
Mm,
just want to explore how I can manage this as I start work. So my anxiety is anyway, and also not having coffee, just staying present, staying fit, staying strong, staying
yeah,
healthy. I don't think I'll revert back to coffee because it was a just immediate association. I drink coffee and almost immediately I start having sharp pains.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm just a little bit nervous about getting back into the rhythm of things and how I'll cope with this change.
yeah. Wow, a lot going on for you with your
Mm.
anxiety and making the connection
Yeah,
that probably coffee was one of the factors.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was a
Definitely
lot of
was.
self-awareness there, I have to
Mm.
say.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
So you mentioned about now getting into the rhythm of things,
Hmm.
going back to work, and then
Yeah.
some anxiety and concerns around that.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this was a good session, Athena,
Mm.
how would you know?
I mean, generally, I look for a feeling and a shift.
Mm,
But today, I don't feel like I'm looking for a feeling or a shift. I think what I'm just looking for is just an exploration, but a realistic sort of, yeah, just to remain realistic. I think sometimes, I can get lost in that's what I'm going to do when, like just sort of
Mm.
the just psyching myself up to, no, I just want to be realistic about this. So I would like to explore and be realistic. And I think and just get some, and I know it sounds strange, but just get some clarity to what I'm facing. What am I really facing? You
Mm.
know?
So,
Yeah.
what do you think you are really facing when you think
I
about
think, yeah,
going back to work?
yeah, good question. That's exactly that. I think I will get triggers. So here I am worried about my anxiety, but I'm also worried about staying focused and awake and because of the lack
Yeah.
of coffee. Um, I am I am worried. I'm worried. I'm worried if I can cope. If I have to be realistic, I think I'm worried. But the worry isn't overwhelming,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. And it's also like it's almost like I'm just going to allow myself the experiment.
Hmm.
I'm just going to allow myself and let's see how this goes. Um, and funny enough, as I'm saying this, as I'm visualizing this, as I'm there isn't that sort of rising of anxiety coming up. And I think because it's the lack of caffeine in my bloodstream right now, because it
Yeah,
used to have like a double effect of, an exaggerated effect on my anxiety. So if I felt something, it would just like
yeah, yeah.
really just, surface. So um yeah, I feel like I feel realistically, eh, I'm a little afraid or worried, not afraid is not the word, worried, I think, a little worried that I might struggle, perhaps at the beginning.
Hmm.
But what I've realized also is that I, anyway, it could be a combination of things. It could be that I rested over the holidays because it's been one hell of a year. I've shared a lot with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, it could be that I've rested. It could be I've got more focus. I've got more clarity. Um, and I wonder because of that maybe I might not struggle as much as I think.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Did I answer your question in that?
Yes, because as you said, the focus and the clarity that you are wondering of being rested and not drinking coffee
Yeah,
is putting you in a different mindset of how
yeah,
you were before. Am I correct?
correct. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we've been talking about, you
hmm,
know, anxiety and the connection with coffee and feeling that you want to be more focused and
yeah,
rested.
yeah.
So, what is about this issue, Athena, that is important to you now?
I think what's important to me is that um, I think it always ties down to my anxiety right now, like my feelings of anxiety. I think what's important to me is that as a result of this, I'd like to see how I can cope without the coffee. And I think the effect of it would be that at the end, it will also help my anxiety.
Yes.
So it's important to me that I'm able to, yeah, that I'm able to um, overcome this period, get my body strong, get my focus strong without the help of coffee, because coffee used to help me focus. It used to help me stay awake. It used to help me
Yeah,
cope
yeah.
with my life and the demands of life. But I think in trying to stay strong and take this away, it will also help as a side effect, it help my anxiety as well. So help,
Ah,
not get rid of it. I think I know I've got work to do
yes.
myself. It's not just the coffee, but
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
And you mentioned about staying strong and more focused. Am I correct?
Yeah, strong, focused, able just to cope with life's demands. So meaning work, show up for my kids, show up for my husband, get and show up for my family that my extend like my wider family, so my mom, my
Yeah,
brothers, my
yeah.
sisters. I help them with what I usually help them with, admin side of the joint investment that we have. So I want to make sure that I have the energy, I have the strength to fulfill this. Now, one thing out coffee that used to help me just kind of, like inflate me. That's
Yeah,
gone. So let's see
yeah,
what
yeah.
that will look like. Yeah.
So, what do you think we need to look more closely today? Because, as you
Mm,
said, you mentioned about supporting your close family, your wider family,
mm,
by feeling stronger, that
mm,
strength and focus. So
mm.
what do you think we could look more closely today to make this a good session for you?
Yeah. I think I'd like to. I think tends to be a greater source of anxiety because there's, outward demand, and also it's linked to survival. So, my pay, and then, am
Yeah.
I able to contribute to family expenses? I'd like to see how that looks like. Just explore that a bit. How do I need to show up? How do I need to stay strong? That sort of thing.
Mm,
What do I need to do? Yeah, in preparation for it.
yes.
Mm.
So when you think about work and going back to work, what do you see that you need to show up in the way that, as you said, you would be strong, more focused? So
Mm.
what comes up for you when you think about work?
I think, as you were saying this, I was just trying to visualize what it is that I need to work on. I think I definitely need to get enough sleep.
Mhm.
I need to look at health and nourishment and the right way to do it. And I think now, which is really strange, but I need to do some research on this. I'm able to walk, do physical, work around the house, because sometimes I just go, 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 and there's just no stopping. So, I mean, yesterday was another example. I had to in the though it reminds me of British weather.
Mhm.
Up in the mountains, it's usually like 4 or 3 degrees colder than here. So I was all rugged up with so many layers because it was really frosty. So I walked into town, or the village town where the town city hall was, and that's a good like maybe 20-minute walk. And it's up and down, literally it's up and down. So I walked there and then did what I needed to do there. And then when I came back, again, I just grabbed a mop and then started cleaning the whole house because the whole family was away.
Yeah.
And it's quite a lot of surface to clean, to organize too. I really literally didn't sit down properly. I took an hour. I know that rest is important for me because otherwise, if I don't get that rest, it the tiredness
Yes.
compounds past that point. So I had an hour's rest to have lunch, and then I just continued again until everybody came. So I literally I'd left morning, and it would have been around 10:30-ish, not even earlier. So it's starting to walk. And then from then up until everybody came back, I was still I was on my feet, just going. And in
Yeah.
the past, I would have been breathless. I would have been tired. And I kind of noticed
Mhm.
that rhythm. But in the past 2 weeks, we've done walks, even around, like little mini treks, come back and still managed to get some, have exercise. So I think that no coffee is having added side effects. And now I'm realizing I can see the link maybe to some of the symptoms I used to feel when I used to feel quite tired, exhausted, and all that,
Yeah.
breathless. And um, so I'm thinking that the physical exercise I can do a little bit more, but not be too afraid of it now because I used to have to manage my energy levels. So and I'm thinking that will give me energy. Before that exhausted me. And
Yeah.
when people go, "Oh, I went for a run and I came back and I felt energized," and I'm like, It did the opposite to me. I feel tired.
Mm.
Can't think after that. So now I'm thinking that maybe some exercise. I have to intentionally do some exercise and I need to figure out how. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you mentioned that you're noticing having more. Uh, I wonder if a good word would be stamina. Would that
Thank
be
you.
a good word?
That is a very good
Stamina.
word.
Because
That
that's
is
what I
good.
was speaking up
Yeah.
by not drinking the coffee,
Yeah.
that you actually can go through the day busy, busy, but
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, thank you.
busy,
That's the word.
busy
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking. I want to have
stamina
stamina to build my stamina. That's
to
it. That's one
build your
word.
stamina.
Yeah, that's the one word that has explained everything. I use so many words to explain that. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah.
And I can see how because you did the hard work and you are seeing that you have more stamina. And
Mm,
we talked about focusing on sleep,
yeah.
maybe more movement,
Yeah.
and having more stamina. And you were thinking about going back to work. And I wonder if it's still something you want to focus on moving forward. So tell me where you are.
Mm. Oh, sorry. The question is, where am I as compared to my goal, or where am
Yes,
I in terms of thinking? Okay, okay. So
yes.
yes, no, that's thank you for that clarification. That I think if yeah, that's a good one for me. If I focus on my stamina, that's great, and that's really kind of helped me also sort of prioritize what it is that I need to do
Mm.
first. So which is um on a chat, I would just yes, I've come a long way actually in just clarifying. And these are things I knew. They're like, oh yeah, I need to sleep. I need to work on my stamina. I need to, but I didn't sort of, like bring them together and look at them more clearly. And I think that's the clarification I was looking for. So this has done a lot actually. Um, and in intentionally doing that, just I have to. It's now become something that is a survival necessity.
Yeah,
Whereas before it's like, yeah, I'll sleep for 2 and I'll drink coffee and I'll be fine. But now it's like, well, I can't do that anymore. I just can't. So I need to be
yeah,
quite
yeah.
strict and intentional about when I go to sleep. And I'm trying as an added bonus, it's got me also thinking about our routine. So
Mm.
I'm a little nervous about going back to work. It's been 3 weeks and facing people in the office, so that should bubble up, a few,
Yeah.
anxiety. But um, I am looking forward to it. Though coming back into this routine, today was the first day because yesterday I stayed in the village where we live. Today I came with the kids. I've noticed that even though we're dreading it, we're like, oh, we're back to that routine because we have to wake up so early, stay in traffic for about 45
Yeah,
minutes, that
yeah.
sort of thing. It wasn't as bad, I think, this time because we knew what to expect. We
Mm.
thought it would be bad, but it wouldn't because previously, the last term, it was in the new place, new routines, new surprises. So, but
Absolutely.
now, exactly. But now we know what to expect. It felt better. I'm just hoping the same will happen with work. And I think the work that
Mm.
I just need to do because I've done some work with you and I think with another peer coach.
Yeah.
Um, I've really looked at, triggers at work and worked on those triggers. So given that I've done that work before and now I've got less caffeine in my body that will amplify that, I'm hoping that it doesn't feel as bad. I'm hoping that I'm just able to focus on yeah, actually, that's another thing. I hope I'm able to focus on what's important.
Right.
And I think what's come up now is that I was thinking, oh, am I focusing more now because I'm not drinking coffee? But no, it's because now I'm focusing on what's important because it's become a survival. I need to survive. So that has shifted my focus. It's a little bit more intense because I know I need to finish certain things. I can't leave, I can't leave, I can't lag behind because I can't cheat time anymore with
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if that's why I'm more focused now. But also I did rest over the holiday, so I need much needed rest there.
Yes. And you mentioned about being able to focus on what is important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what is important when you think about your work?
Mm. I think with work, what's important is that, yeah, what's important? Well, I think it's important that I show up. Like as I said,
Hmm.
working on my show up with my strength, with my, as I'm building on my stamina. I work up, I show up ready, not tired, not, and by that I need to do the work beforehand. I need to sleep well, I need to
Right.
eat well, I need to organize myself better. And I think realizing that there's these steps to get me to there, it's helping me get more organized and better focused on what's important to get me
Yeah.
to work strong. And then what's important about work is that I work up, I get there strong. I get there ready to focus on whatever duties I have to do and just work on that. I can't do this, I'll just have, a lunch. It's an hour lunch, but usually when I take an hour lunch, I feel like, whew, I've spent so much, it's leisurely.
Yes.
But now I think I will intentionally take effective lunches. I'll relax a little bit, but I know I can't because I need to leave work early to
Yeah.
get home early. So I
Yeah.
really need to be intentional with my time because
Mm.
that's when I have my energy. And then when it's time to sleep, it's time to rest.
Right. Right.
And I don't think I would have done this if I didn't have this relationship with coffee. Absolutely. I don't think I would have.
Mm.
It would have been things that I would have thought was good to give up coffee. So then I
Yeah.
can, but now it's just a matter of survival. So it's actually got me in somewhere where I would have wanted to be
Yeah.
if I got it. So I think it might not be a bad thing.
So I'm picking up, and tell me if I'm right in my observation, that you are moving forward. There is a forward movement,
Yeah, yeah.
and the stop drinking coffee is part of that.
Yes. Yes,
So,
absolutely.
what is the Athena that is focused, that is intentional? What
Mm,
is that Athena?
mm. Um, that's interesting. You got me thinking there. Um, I think when I think about it, I think about my sister because I've always been I was in awe of how she organized her life. She doesn't have time and she doesn't have the health issues that I have. She's pretty strong and has great stamina. So actually, in asking that question, I think, yeah, I've got a lot of inspiration from her, and I think that me will look more like my sister, though she drinks too much coffee. She doesn't seem to suffer from it. But organized, she's super organized, very organized to be able to survive. And now I think I understand, I think she's had more demands on her than I've had. And that's forced her to get organized. I think I have been organized, but not as organized as I could be. And I think that will trickle into my work as well. So
Yes.
perhaps that will really, yeah, because I'm afraid. You see, it's triggered a fear in me, not having the coffee. It's triggered a fear in me knowing my the time that I have that I've got energy is
Mhm.
limited. So, even a task like at home, if I need to do it, I feel like I need to do it quick because I've got limited energy.
Right.
And I'm feeling that I hope this will be a positive thing at work too, that I won't have a lot of slack time, that I'll just use it up
Right.
because that slack time will cost me later.
Yeah.
I'll be behind and I don't have that coffee to stay up an extra 3 or 4 hours or an extra 3 hours or whatever, however time it is, or however long it'll take. Yeah.
Mm. And I'm going to make another observation and tell me what you think.
Mhm.
It's almost like you had a relationship with coffee and you
Mhm.
decided to break up.
It
And
doesn't like
now
me anymore. I like
and
it, but it
now
doesn't like me.
you are more aware, and that's an observation. You can take it or leave it, that you're more aware and intentional with your time. So you have a different relationship with your time.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Unintentionally, I got to this point, but I think it's going to serve me better.
yeah,
Um, but there is a fear. When I say this, there really is a lot of fear. I hope I get to a better place. That's my hope. My hope that my stamina builds. But there's a fear that I feel like I might be getting my heart getting weaker. Does that mean like I am getting weaker? I know it's like a contradiction. I'm trying to build up stamina, but I'm also afraid that I'm getting weaker. I'm feeling like I'll build stamina in a healthier way in the hope that I'll be healthier. But then there is this thing here that now is saying, well, your heart can't take caffeine anymore. So are
right.
you weaker? And I haven't been to the doctors yet, so I would like they keep I'm bored of it now. I keep going back
Yeah,
with heart episodes, and they keep throwing me back and saying there's nothing here. And
right,
I think the
right.
last thing the doctor said to me was, "I don't know why you came here. Okay, you have a little,
Yeah, yeah,
deformity in your left ventricle, but that's nothing.
yeah,
But leave today knowing that your heart's fine."
yeah. But that is a story you've been telling yourself, I guess, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
it's a story you've been telling yourself.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a little fear surfacing, but that would be one whole other session. And I think I do need to go
yeah,
to the doctors
yeah,
just to make sure
yeah.
everything's okay. Or what to just, just figure out, is it just I need to take out coffee and dark chocolate now? It's too
Yeah.
much. Too much of the good stuff I'm giving up.
So we've been talking about your goal of being more realistic, about what's coming ahead, because you have noticed some changes when you gave up coffee. So what has been helpful in our conversation so far?
I think what's been most I have definitely gained clarity.
Mm,
Absolutely gain clarity because I focused. Like I said, I thought these things, knowing one, two, I know I need to do that, but not consolidated with clarity.
yeah,
So that's been really helpful to look at that, the sleep, the nourishment, the organization, and then making the most of time, being optimal with my time. And also that word, building my stamina, just that phrase, building my stamina, that has absolutely helped just concise what it is that I'm doing.
right.
Um, yeah, and that all boils down to all these little things that I need to do. So unintentionally, I didn't want to I mean, I didn't think that I needed a list. There you go. I've got something. I've got a mental list of what I need
Mm.
to do.
So after our session, what do you think you will take and carry on with you? Because we've been talking about moving forward and making changes. How do you think that would look like after our session?
Mm. I think I'll just I'll act on those almost immediately because I'm already
Hmm.
looking at a timetable and sleeping earlier with the kids,
Yeah,
getting them to bed earlier, which means cooking earlier. So that's already sort of happening in the background. And then also spacing out my time. I can't do this thing where I go from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another. I can't do that anymore. I kind of space it out a bit so I don't have to trigger
yeah,
any anxieties or emotions. So I need to go through things gently, but organize them so that I manage them. Yeah, just I think being optimal with my time, that's a big one. But they all are, as
yeah.
and all of that needs to start immediately. I go back to work on Monday, so this is all stuff that I can do immediately.
And what kind of support do you think you would need to make all those take all those actions?
Sure. I think a lot of this that I just need to organize or express with my family because they are a big part of going to sleep early, getting food early. So my partner and my kids. So that's the support I need, really. Just to explain to them why it's important and see if they're on board. If they're not on board, it makes it very challenging.
I understand. So, what do you think, if that is the case, would help you as a challenge for you?
Mm. I think I just need to. It's always with my family. It's always a whole. You know how kids are. Kids are judge, jury, and everything. You know, they're the biggest defense. They're their best defense. You know, so it always comes down to talking. And I think it's talking
Yeah,
to express to them why it's important. I think it always boils down to that. And if I can tell them why it's important and we agree, then that would be great. We'll just have to figure out what works for everybody. But um, so far, they're more supportive and they can see the benefit to them as well because we have to wake up early. They like their sleep, so it means we sleep early. So let's,
yeah.
you know, and we've pulled their devices, so that's been
Yes.
a big, big help. We have pulled their devices, massive help. They can
Wow.
be reading again, finally.
Wow. I'm impressed because it's a big deal. It's a big
It is a
deal.
big, I mean, we haven't pulled them entirely, but
Yeah,
we've pulled them more than before.
yeah.
I need to get them back to reading and just interacting more with with everything else around them.
And how do you think you could make yourself accountable now moving forward?
Do you know what? I think I just have to imagine the chaos the next day. And I'm already trying to get things organized because it's not pretty. It's not pretty because I feel like I'm just, like I feel tired, I feel anxious, I feel exhausted because I'm now trying to catch up. The whole catch
Yes.
up game is just exhausting. So I just need to visualize the next day and I'm good.
Yeah.
But really, it's like it's a big
Yeah.
fight, It's like I haven't been here in a long time where you're fighting to keep awake and you don't have a coffee to reach out for.
Yes. Yes. Um, so we're coming to an end, and I have to acknowledge how much work you have done today. And
Thank you.
giving up coffee, I have to say, being Portuguese and you stop drinking coffee, it's a big deal. So
It's a big
I
deal.
want to celebrate.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you this, if it has an immediate effect to your physical, like to your body,
Yeah,
you will. Yeah, honestly,
you
it doesn't
will.
take a lot of effort to give it up.
So, what have you learned about yourself today?
I think I think what's become clear, I think I've learned this has been useful in mapping out what I should be doing the next days, um, or every day. But what I know, and like I said, what has come up, has bubbled, there is a fear, I think, and I think I need to explore that. Is that a real fear about my health? Because there's a contradiction here. There's one space where I'm going, this is a better place without coffee, but perhaps
Yeah,
have I done too much damage now? So
right.
there's a little bit of fear. So I've noticed that, and I've learned that in this session, or it's become clear. It was maybe in my subconscious somewhere, but now it's come up a bit more clear. I think there's something I need to explore. It could be something in our next session.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because it's almost like an ongoing process. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
happy that we can explore that.
yeah, yeah,
So, what is the big, big takeaway?
yeah.
What do
I
you
think
think is the
the
big
big
takeaway?
takeaway. I think the big takeaway is, yeah. I think the big takeaway is the stamina. I think that
Mm,
is what I know I need, and it's become absolutely clear. And I like that I've described it that way. And I mean, in also talking about what it is that I need to do, I feel good about it because I think I'd probably be working more efficiently, and it's probably a healthier lifestyle.
yeah.
So I think I'm paving the way for a healthier lifestyle for all of us, for me, the kids.
I'm very excited, and I can see you have a glow. You
Well,
have a
thank you.
glow today.
Thank you. Could be the sun coming through the window.
Is this a
Thanks.
good time to end?
It is. Thank you so much, Isabel.
No, thank you so much. Thank you.
You take care.